South American metals, South American ferrometals, is quite an interesting opportunity for the marketplace. It is Australia's first and currently only pure iron ore listed company with assets in Brazil. So for those people that want to become part of the Brazilian iron ore market, the second largest producer in the world, through the Australian Stock Exchange, we're probably the best vehicle to do it in now. We've got ourselves set up right in the what they call the iron ore quadrangle. It is a very highly prolific area of Brazil for iron ore production. Brazil is a fantastic spot for any iron ore producer. Brazil, notwithstanding the fact that Brazil itself puts out the second highest amount of iron ore in the world, Brazil has the world's largest iron ore miner there in Vale. Being next to the giant can be good and can be bad, but in our case we share a world-class deposit with Vale. We have a lease line that we have half part of the asset on the left, or the west-hand side, sorry, and Vale is on the eastern side. So we're sitting in the heart of iron ore production. We're sitting next to the world's biggest iron ore producer with that sort of skill and expertise. That immediately links us to infrastructure. So that's sort of a very local view of why SAFM likes Brazil and why we've set up our head offices our operational head offices, in Belo. And we're looking for more projects. Recently, Resources Stock have looked at the places in the world in which to invest, and Brazil's been ranked number 8, and it's quite interesting to see that sits right between Canada at number 7 and Australia at number 9. So clearly, with an Australian-listed company with that culture and that business style, we are sitting in a country that really ranks in that level of business acumen. So I think Brazil fits for us both from the prolific iron ore base. It has the logistics and infrastructure to move that material to market or offshore eventually for us. And also it's a particularly good country stability-wise and economically. The South American Ferrometals, or SAFM's flagship operation, the Ponta Verde mine, is located about 55 kilometers south of Belo Horizonte, which is about 350 kilometers north of Rio de Janeiro. This is where our production has begun and where we get our current cash flow from and our profits. The mine site itself is a very, in a sense, Brazilian traditional itabarite or banded hematite iron formation. We are mining it now and producing 2 products. We produce both a sinter feed product, or a 2 millimeter to 10 millimeter product, and what we call a small lump, which is 10 millimeters to 24 millimeters. These are typical domestic products for the market in Brazil. So they, through a series of both direct ore mining, straight through to screening and washing and crushing, we put those 2 products out. What's quite fascinating about it is the undersize, or the fines that do not report to those 2 products, end up in our fine stockpile, still with lots of iron in it. And we're currently expanding the site with a new concentrator, a magnetic separator, to take that iron out of those fines and produce a 3rd product for us, which in fact will be our most valuable. So the site itself is currently operating with a license of 1.5 million tons per year throughput. That's a wet plant, so for those people who are looking at iron ore, they understand the difference. Our next stage really is to expand to the next level of license in Brazil, and I'll touch on that in just a moment. The plant itself is self-contained, so we have power on site through a genset organization. We have a mining contractor that does our mining. We run the plant and process, and then sales are all domestically through the front gate. Probably the key part about South American ferrometals, and specifically the Ponta Verde mine, are the milestones ahead. Our year has been very successful in the last 12 months and given us a platform to do this. There are probably 3 things that we're really looking forward to in the very short to medium term. The first one is completing our resource definition to a JORC standard for the Australian Stock Exchange. Although we have 150 million tons, which is a very, very large deposit and world class, we needed to have that in this JORC standard. So that will be completed by the end of this year, by the end of December. The next milestone is really about growing the site by adding our concentrator. The concentrator gives us a 3rd product, which is our highest value product, and that will come on stream at the start of the 2nd quarter of next year, 2012. And I think the 3rd key aspect for us going forward is very shortly we will be we anticipate, I should say, commissioning a feasibility study to take the Ponte Verde mine site from its current license of 1.5 million tons to an operation much larger in the range of 6 to 10 million tons. Those are really the keys for us at our flagship operation, probably in the next 6 to 12 months.